Well, YouTube, here we are, the Hotel Almeida Palace. We stopped here last week. Tom was on the first floor and I was on the 7th floor. Tonight we're both on the same floor, the 3rd floor. Slightly different room, that's why I've got the camera outside. Right, so as we come in, shut the door. Sliding wardrobes to the left. This room has twin beds. Suppose you could easily shift that thing and push them together if you wanted to. Just have a walk round. It's quite nice, isn't it? This is the Almeida Palace. TV, chair, writing desk, pair of chairs. Let's have a look through the window, see what sort of view we got. So we're looking straight out over the courtyard, and down below is the breakfast area, the lavatory. Okay. So in we go. We've got a sliding door mechanism. I bet there's mirrors everywhere. Oh, that's stiff. I'm going to put that. Bidet, toilet, shelves, lovely mirror, very tidy. We've got a bath. And the bath has got one of those all-fangled jobbies. There. All-fangled jobby. I'll just close the door. We got here nice and early. We're going to meet in the bar for about 5:30, have a couple of beers, and well, I'll see you tomorrow. Lofty out.
Well, good morning YouTube, and good morning viewers, everybody who's watching. Lofty and Tone's trip round Spain. As you know, we're heading back north. We're on the I should say, we're on the ZA 605. There's some nice twisties up ahead, but at the moment we're just leaving Salamanca. It's been a bit of a culture shock this morning. It was 13-14 degrees in the town centre. We've come out into the countryside and it's dropped to 10 degrees. Now, we haven't seen 10 degrees since we've been in Spain. It's forecast to be about 28. So it does appear that the temperature is just starting to ease back to somewhere near normal. To be honest, in a mesh, I can just about cope. I'm only doing 60 mile an hour, I'm not razzing around. But I'll be glad when it raises up a couple of 3 degrees, to be fair. So we had the evening in Salamanca. It was the Hotel Palace Almeida. Wonderful place. Quite retro chic, if you like. I thought it's a lovely, lovely place. Loads of glass everywhere, mirrors, brass. Really nice. I could go back in the past. We felt like Poirot on a trip. It was lovely. Anyway, so we had bed, breakfast and a parking space each. Well, we shared a parking space, sorry. And it come to €73. And the breakfast was pretty damn good. I couldn't fault it. The room was very clean, very tidy. The bed was comfortable. We all had a good night's sleep. So of course we had an 8 o'clock brekkie, and now we're rolling. We've been rolling a bit now. What time is it? I can't see the time. It's 9:25. As usual, it always takes that first 10 or 15 minutes just to clear a big city, but once you've cleared the city, you get rolling pretty quickly. It's not bad at all. So there you are, you're up to date. I'll give you a bit of a break and I'll turn the cameras off. And as soon as we come to a bit of twisty action, I'll put them back on. See you in a bit. Okay, YouTube, I've put the camera back on to just show you a different demographic. If you noticed, there's lots and lots of fields and there's things happening. There's wheat, there's corn, sunflowers. It's quite a flat terrain here. We're travelling at 761 metres along the plateau. More arable here. Well, now there's no oak trees, there's no olive trees, there's even green fields. So they must have access to water here. The sun's rising a little bit and the temperature's just come up from a very chilly 9 to a not quite so chilly 12. Let's hope it keeps rising. Anyway, I'll see you in a while. Once you clear the crest, it's clear as far as you can see. Easy overtake. Okay, I'm back just for a moment. We're going through a very old village, town, city, whatever you want to call it. I'll try and give you a look. It's called Toro. It's built on a ridge like a lot of towns in Spain, but it's just got such an impressive formation. We're not actually going into the town of Toro, we're going to go sort of a bypass around. But I'll try and give you a good look. What do you think of that? Quite impressive, isn't it? Old town. Very sandy, very rocky. Anyway, thought I'd show you that. See you in a minute. Okay folks, we're just back. We've stopped for a cup of coffee. We needed to warm up a bit, to be fair. I know it sounds daft, but it was 9 or 10 degrees when we stopped. We had half an hour in the sun with the coffee and we've got back on the bikes. It's 18 degrees. It's just turned half 11ish, so there you go. I thought I'd put the camera back on, just give you a decent view. We're on this central plain still, and if you just look, it's just for miles. We're quite high up. We was nearly at we were nearly at 800 metres a few moments ago. And now we're just steady 750, but as you can see, there's not much relief in the terrain yet. It's 136 kilometres and we're travelling on the LE512. It's a fairly nondescript road. It's pretty long and pretty flat and pretty straight. Hopefully, as we get to the foothills of the Picos, we should get something a bit more interesting on the run up to Riano. No doubt we'll probably stop for a Coke in an hour or so and probably have a bit of lunch at Riano, see how we're doing for time. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, YouTube viewers. I'll just put the camera on for a bit. You can actually see the Picos in the distance. We're about 60 kilometres, which is around 40 miles from Riano, and then we've got the lovely journey down the 621 back into Picos, which should be extremely interesting. But as you can see, the big white mountains start to stick up out of the plains. We're already at 870 metres. We've made a steady climb ever since we left Salamanca. We've just gradually gone up and up and up and up. And now you can actually see the Picos in the distance. We're riding along on the N625. Tone used the word functional, and I think he's probably right, or correct I should say. It is a functional road, but it ain't much fun. It gets you from A to B without being on a motorway. It's a lot less traffic than a motorway, but of course there's lots of small towns and villages en route where you have to slow down, like now 70 down to 50, nice and steady. Anyway, as we get some better roads, I'll stick the cameras on and let you have a good view. I'll see you in a minute. A lovely view of the Picos here. Splendiferous it is. Okay folks, welcome back. We're right in the foothills now. This is a place called Carretera, and we're going to be on the 621 or the 625 I think it is. It goes up the mountain to Riano. This gives you a bit of an initial taste of what's to come. There's more water about, there's more greenery about. The trees have changed, a lot more pine trees. We just take a left here on the island when it's there. I'll wait for them just in case, but they do tend to go all the way round. But there you go, we're away. There it is. So we're going up the hill. It's about 30 odd kilometres, 20 odd mile, and we'll start rising all the time, climbing up the mountains. A bit more interesting. I'll leave the camera on for a little bit just to give it a bit of a taste, and then I'll put it back on up by Riano. So the river's to the left of us, so we're following the mountain valley. As you can see, there's some ice warnings for the winter. Well, where we are now, in this leeward side of the mountain, it's quite chilly. The temperature's dropped. It was about 24 degrees as was in the open there at Carretera, and I should imagine it's dropped 3 or 4 degrees minimum here. But look at that for the view. Nice to be back in the twisties. Okay YouTube, I've just put the camera back on. There's some cracking bits of road. The surface isn't what I'd call fantastic. After the roads we had between Picos and Salamanca, I would say that these roads are fairly moderate. A cracking view of the dam, and we've got a lovely bit of twisty. I'll keep the cameras rolling because it does go round and round and up and round. Just give you a bit of a taste. We've got street lights here, we're in the middle of nowhere. Speed limit's dropped slightly. Water chute at the top, straight out over the road, and we're going through a little tunnel. Right there. You're going to get a view of the dam. Well, we're going across the dam. There's quite a bit of water in. We'll have a look what it looks like when we get up to Riano, because often when you get up to Riano there's not a lot of water in it. But this is good. So here we are YouTube, back again. Give you the view, look at those for the Picos. It's a lovely part of the world, isn't it? Very pretty. Green Spain. We're not that far away now. We're about 6 clicks away, 4 mile. Round by the reses, plenty of water up here. There's even green grass for the cows to eat, they are lucky. Well, that's a bit better surface. You have to pick your line on some of it, you know. It's not perfect surfaces. Just avoid some of the ripples and the ruts. But this is quite pleasant. Proper twisty action, how about this? This will work up a good appetite. Although I've already got the good appetite. I just said to town, I'm ready for some snap. Well, I can see over to the right, I can see over the edge, you probably can't at the moment. There's no water at all in the resi to the right. It's a big one. Oh, I can see as it goes into the tributary, there's some water there. We'll be going over the bridge shortly. Up here, a big long right-hander, and then we straighten out towards Riano. We're coming up Riano from the west side, through the tunnel and over the bridge. There's Riano. They've actually got a boat on the river. I've never seen that before. I think that's probably as much as I've seen for a long while. It's often really low, this is. Yeah, Town's just commented, I'll show you the left side. He said the shoreline is probably 30 or 40 metres deep. That's how low it is. But there's quite a bit in there. It's a big resi, it's huge. Local Spanish GS rider just overtook us. He's obviously been up here that many times, he's not interested in looking. But we are. Anyway, we go past the church, up the hill, we'll get some petrol, and we'll have some lunch. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, YouTube, I'll just give you one last look at Riano. Absolutely beautiful. Panning round. The 621 we're taking, you can take the left here and go down to Cangastionos, which is a lovely place, well worth a visit, the 625. Cracking road, the 625, but we're going to do the 621, which is also a cracking road. Got a bit of lunch. Very nice. Get a good view again from here. Well, unfortunately, this is our last day touring. Down into Potes, into Adeca. We're going to stop at the Infantado again, which is a cracking little hotel. The food ain't bad, people are friendly. And then tomorrow we're going to make our way down to catch the ferry at Santander. Yeah, there's quite a considerable amount of water in this time. And the plains are even still green. Superb. Anyway, I'll switch the camera off and I'll catch you up with you halfway down when we get a sight of the valley halfway down. See you in a minute. Okay, YouTube. I'll put the cameras on because this next stretch, probably 4 to 5 kilometres, is quite entertaining. The end 621. Cracking bit of road. Got some proper twisties. Car coming towards your town. Just a little bit further up now. I'll put the cameras back on. We're still behind our Spanish mate. He's riding nice, keeping smooth lines. You get a good view into the canyon from here. And we're going to go through the tunnel. It is. Beware of deer. I don't know where they'd be. They'd probably be below us, not to the left, I wouldn't have thought. Okay then, YouTube, so we've had a bit of a razz up the hill. We're on our way down now. Took the obligatory pictures. Look at that for a view. Absolutely amazing, isn't it? All the way down into the valley. There's a bit of a haze today. It's very sunny, it's very warm. I'll just give it a check. It's 24 degrees, it's pleasant, it's perfect biking weather. There's some good twists and turns on this road. You do need your wits about you. You don't want somebody coming up the other side on the wrong side of the road. Which is a cracking bit of road. I'll give you another view of the valley when we turn left. and I'll switch off until we get downtown. So here we do, coming round the bend again, you get a view all over the Picos. The tall one, that's slightly at about 11 o'clock from now, just vanished slightly. I believe that one's Fuente Day. That's the one you can go from Potes up the mountain on the cable car. I've never actually been up the cable car, to be fair. I've always preferred just riding. But anyway, here we go down the hill. You're going to get a cracking view any second. Look at that, mega. You never get bored of this road. You can't really get bored of the road because if you fall asleep on it, you'd end up dead. So you've got to concentrate. It's much easier to attack uphill than it is downhill. But it's just nice just to take your time. Lefts and rights. The surface on this section is so much better than on the uphill section where it's very flinty, very rough. Lots of repair bits, but this is not bad. Something just flew in the eye. I better put my sun visor down now. Oh, that's better. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, YouTube, we're back. As you can see, beautiful views up the mountain. That's up to Fuente Day over that side. The highest point is Fuente Day. We're nearly in Potes. We've had a wonderful 12 nights or so, touring round, going down to Spain, the south of Spain I should say. And it started off chilly this morning, 9 degrees this morning. It is now 3:45 and it's 32 degrees. How about that? That's what's known as a day of two halves. Unbelievable, isn't it? Anyway, we're coming down into town. We're going to put some fuel in now to give us as much spare time as possible tomorrow. And this is Potes to the left. It's a very pretty little town. There's some nice little hotels. There's not an abundance of hotels. There's more Airbnbs and stuff. But it is very good. You can't fault it. So as I say, we're going to put a splash of fuel in and then we're going to go to the Infantado, and I do believe we're going to have a large beer on the patio. I'll see you in a bit.